We go in, and me and this girl go right to the front because we want to see our heroes up close and personal. And Ratt come out on stage, and I don't know if the lineup has changed that much. I recognize the drummer. I definitely recognize the singer. And they look like they've been through it, you know. They have kind of that rock and roll rehab face that rockers get when they've been bad boys, and now they're good boys again. If you want to know what that looks like, it's like when you have a pet lizard. It escapes, you never see it again, and it becomes the mystery of the household. It got out one day, like the 2.5-foot iguana, ran out of your room on its hind legs, scared the living shit out of everybody when it ran. I was like, ah, fuck! And everyone was afraid to touch it. And it's like, jailbreak! And it leaves. And for the next, 12 or 15 months, the entire household is on tenterhooks, wondering when it's going to jump onto their face. You know, okay, everyone's opening doors like, okay. Clear! Into the bathroom. And then after about 1.5 years, everyone just kind of forgets there was a lizard at all. You know, the fish tank it used to live in goes into the garage, gets covered with stuff. And then one day you're behind the radiator cleaning, and there it is. This shriveled carcass that now weighs like 4 ounces. It's like, ah! And the skin is thin parchment, and the face has like the lips pulled back to show you those little lizard teeth and the sick, deathly reptilian smile, this mirthless smile, these like tiny soulless eye sockets. It's like, you killed me. Your fear and ignorance of me led me to my untimely demise. I wouldn't have bitten you. I like to eat fruit. I'm very nice. I would have lived on your curtains for 15 years if you just not had feared me. But you feared me and you killed me. Yeah. And that's how rehabilitated rockers often look. And so they come out on stage with that like, hey man, I still like to party, but now I do it clean. So keep rocking. Take it from me, Don Henley. And so they came out there, and they start playing. And, you know, they're, gang, I'm a rebel, vagabond, wow! And they're doing their thing. And there's, you know, the girl as car metaphor songs, and the no one knows me because I'm a rocker desperado on the run from the almighty god of mediocre music who keeps giving me more music to play. I don't know what the deal is with this guy. And he's singing away, and everyone around us knows the words. I don't. I'm waiting for the hit myself. And I start you know, looking at the band, and everyone is doing the big rock show. The guitar player is basically waiting for every lead so he can show you that he can move his fingers at the speed of light. And you remember those guys from the 80s, the dealers of the cheesy yet tasty licks, who would go, and they would make this face where they would try and say, I am so insane. My hands are lethal weapons on the guitar, and they are so out of control, I don't even know what's going to happen next. And then we go, and then they hit that whammy pedal, and they would like try and like crush their ass cheeks together so hard, like, and they give you the big O face, like, oh, and they would go across the stage with those tiny little mincing steps, like, and it's, whoa, they're. A lot of stuff going on there. And so the guitar guy's doing that, and his fretwork is amazing. He's like, I remember that stuff from years ago. But he's like been chipped out of an ice block, and he's laying it on you. And the singer kind of is reclining backwards, like the desert winds of destiny are blowing at him. He's leaning back, and he's like, I'm a rebel, and I guess he's just feeling the desert wind, so he's kind of striking his pose for rock and roll, and every once in a while he takes the mic stand like, you know, I want to hear from you now. And when you do that in a club this size, the mic stand goes to like the doorman. Like the door's right over there. And, you know, so there's the doorman, I'm a vagabond, right? You know, the music is mid-tempo, so the drummer can hit the snare, put the stick up in the air and twirl it. Bam, brr, bam, brr. So he's got the show going back there. And the bass player has magnificent leather pants, fantastic hair. And he's whipping the neck of his bass with his hair mercilessly, teaching that bass neck a lesson. And he's doing this thing where he puts the headstock of the bass, like the tuning board, on the ground, and he's leaning his body weight on the bass, like, I'm going to push this bass through the stage. And the whole time he's shaking his hair, puckering his ass, and going, boom, 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 boom. And he's rocking. He looks magnificent. He's got every pose, and he's doing the thing. He's whipping his hair and playing his bass, and these big thundering notes are coming from him, and the pants are working, and the hair is glistening, and these women are around him just like, it's like feeding frenzy. And right about this time I notice the women, I also start noticing that I'm getting elbowed in my back, and it's metal mamas holding a beer aloft like the Statue of Liberty, navigating with their other arm, like wham, wham, getting men out of the way so they can get down to stand in front of the bass player and just clamor and twitch and lose their minds. And it made me think of this thing that I've observed about females. There's a great difference between girls and women, I've noticed. Girls are coy, coquettish, frustrating. A boy goes up to a girl, so you want to go out? And the girl goes, yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of have a boyfriend. And every time we go to my house to sit on the edge of my bed for like 5 hours, all I want to do is talk, and he keeps trying to kiss me, and he tells me that I'm really beautiful, and then he wants to have sex with me, and all I want to do is talk, and he keeps trying to like touch my breasts and stuff, and I'm like, stop it, I just want to talk. And he always goes to the bathroom like every 2 hours and comes back out, and he's breathing all heavy, and he's sweating, and he seems to be really frustrated. And then after like 6 hours, and he won't try and ever talk, he just starts crying, and he stomps out of my house, and I don't see him again for a week and a half. And then he starts calling me all the time. He wants to come over, and he comes over, and he's just trying to have sex with me all the time. And I just want to meet a guy who just wants to sit and talk about feelings and stuff. And I know I'm really hot and everything, but that shouldn't matter. You know, feelings matter. So if you want to get together with me, here's my number, and I'll give you 6 out of the 7 numbers, but the seventh one could be a 4 or 6 or a 7. You really can't see it because of that kind of loopy, silly girl writing. And you'll try every permutation of the number, and you won't be able to get in touch with me, and you'll lose your mind, and we'll see you and boys like you walking on streets all over the world going, ah! Ah! And so that's what happens with boys and girls. And then something happens to women in their late 20s or early 30s. Girls turn into women. And it is this amazing transformation. They hop over the line, and all the bullshit abruptly ceases. They become clairvoyant, smarter, meaner, and more intense than anything with a pair of balls. And they just cut the bullshit. And so when the guy walks up and says, so, do you want to go out? The girl goes, go out? I got 20 minutes before my shift starts. I'm parked right over there. Can you get an erection out of that thing? Let's go! Let's go! Come on, let's get it on if you've got the guts. And the guy's like, oh my God, right into therapy. And so that's why you see adult men walking streets of cities all over going, oh fuck. What's the matter, sir? I'm trying to deal with a woman. And that's why I think it's half the reason the world keeps turning. Part of it's inertia, the rest of it's just, it's what keeps John Lee Hooker making records every year. If his wife didn't leave him, what the fuck would that guy do? And so there is that frustration. So you see these women around the bass player, and they're women now. And you think maybe back in the 80s when they were playing the Megadome, these girls were like, hi. Oh, I think he looked at me. Oh my God. Hi. Oh, I can't believe I did that. And they're like throwing those pink envelopes and with pink stationery inside with like teddy bears at the top. You know, like, I think you're kind of cute, with a smiley face. I'd like to meet you later. Smiley face with a little tongue hanging out. And like the eyes are like circles, you know, purple ink. I kind of want to talk to you, get to know you. You rock. Tracy. And so the letters used to be thrown on and say, do you think you'll read it? Oh, I don't know. And now it's like, ooh, my ovaries are pounding. I want your rock seed. Come on. And they're like lunging at him. Like, yeah. And any woman who touches the arm of any other woman, like, ah!